Welcome to your program of choice, Health Affair on AIT, a platform where we focus on public health issues, challenges of women and children with a view to finding lasting solutions. I am your regular anchor, Oshuomowa Daniels. This week we are coming to you from outside the studio and our focus is on breastfeeding. Please don't go away. It promises to be very interesting. Breastfeeding is the process of feeding a mother's breast milk to her infant, either directly from the breast or by expressing the milk from the breast and bottle feeding it to the infant. Whichever style a mother chooses to adopt, breastfeeding has a lot of health benefits for the baby, the mother, and society in general. You want to know how? Listen to our expert, Dr. Choma Emmawanchuku, on this episode of Health Affairs. She spoke at length on what mothers need to know about breastfeeding in commemoration of the World Breastfeeding Week, usually commemorated from the 1st to 7th of August every year.
Baby has the organ systems that are not well developed like the adults. Not that they are small organs, but they are not as mature and developed as the organs. So the food has to come in the form that those organs can use. No, they are coming from a sterile environment of the mother's womb, and they are thrown. They come to the world. You have a lot of infections, a lot of organisms. So the breast milk, through the first milk, which is the colostrum, the baby takes it. It helps to position the right organisms, the friendly microorganisms, so they don't allow invasion of the wrong microorganism, the harmful microorganisms. So those are some of the benefits. Also, when you look at it, the mother is happier breastfeeding her baby. The mother bonds with the baby, and for some mothers, it actually prolongs the commencement of another pregnancy, because the mother, some people, they don't menstruate when they are breastfeeding, so it's like a natural fertility, natural fertility for them. Then the mother also benefits because everybody wants to be in shape. So there is a kind of retracting of that uterus that has expanded when she was pregnant. As she breastfeeds, it contracts and goes back. We call it pre-gravid state, or the state it was before she started having her baby. Then you look at the economy. It is safe. It's very cost effective for the mother to breastfeed her baby. She just all she needs to do is just to eat well, and then she breastfeeds the baby. Another very important benefit of breastfeeding is that you don't need to warm breast milk. You don't need to cook it. You don't need to do anything. It's ready for use. So it's just for the mother to be available and just puts the baby to breast. So that's why, for something that has all these numerous benefits, it's important that we give it the attention. So breastfeeding week is just to give it the attention, call people to action, remind people that this is something very important. And after that, people are also supposed to continue, to protect, to promote, and to support breastfeeding. So it doesn't end with the breastfeeding week. Breastfeeding gives the child the right nutrition to grow, then also protects them from all manner of infections, even diseases that trouble people when they are older. We call them chronic diseases. Through breastfeeding, you avert it for the child by the grace of God. You understand? And then for the mother herself, she has personal benefits, and that is she's in shape, because when a woman is pregnant, a lot of fat is laid. At least she will gain 12 kilograms at least. So by the time the baby comes out, the placenta comes out, the other things that are remaining, by the time she's breastfeeding, all those things, she will now use them to breastfeed. Even her womb that has been stretched, her stomach that has also stretched with the womb, as she breastfeeds, the womb will be contracting and be returning, getting ready for another pregnancy, and not shooting out. It returns, it goes back to where it was. So, and certain cancers, breast cancers, cervical cancer, breastfeeding also helps them, prevents it. So these are all the benefits. And then in her pocket, she saves money. I will encourage every mother to actually breastfeed her baby for up to 2 years or beyond. But then the recommendation is 2 years and beyond. So anything less than 2 years, we are depriving the baby of the benefits of breast milk. And this responsibility is actually a shared responsibility. Supporting mothers to do this is shared. Shared in the sense that the neighbors have a role to play, the family has a role, the community has a role, the place of work has a role, government has a role, various people, even social organizations, everybody has a role to play to support this one. And that is what we are saying this year, that we need to close the gap and breastfeeding for all. If a mother is working with a corporate organization, should be able to breastfeed. You help her to breastfeed her baby. Even as a corporate lady, if the woman is in the market, you help her, you support her, give her an enabling environment. I mean, there's nothing wrong with probably in the market and they have a place where mothers can go and breastfeed their babies. If that's, in an organization, they can have breastfeeding breaks. A mother can, leave her job and just go and breastfeed or express her breast milk, put it in the fridge and take it home. The organization should be able to do that minimum to bring to give them a dedicated fridge. I tell you that when mothers are supported, you can see more people, more mothers breastfeed. So even in families, if you see a mother breastfeeding and you are the man, and you tell her, so this is breastfeeding that we are going to feed today, you already cry. Her milk will not even flow well. But then when you go to her and give her a peg, rub her back, encourage her, and tell her, oh, you're doing a great job for our children, and she's proud. She sees herself as an achiever. Let's not kill the spirit of the mother. Or maybe the woman comes in and at the place of work, you're telling her, so how many times will you go because you're breastfeeding, so work will not go on. So we need to nicely encourage them because they also have what they are contributing. They have the experience they are bringing on board, and they are also doing something great for our nation. So that our children will be well breastfed, they will be people that will be in authority, taking decisions for us, coming up with policies. So however we look at it, everybody benefits from breastfeeding. I want to also talk about the mother's dressing because sometimes the dress the mother wears can aid breastfeeding or discourage it. Okay, I particularly had to wear this. When I was breastfeeding my kids, I had all my dresses had buttons. It's easy for you to just open 2-3 buttons and you breastfeed your child. But where you wear fitted dress without buttons and you struggle, the child will be crying, you are looking for where you will enter to pull your dress. That one is not supporting breastfeeding. It's even the personal support we need to give ourselves as mothers, because we said support all mothers, so we can also give ourselves that support. So we need to dress well. And sometimes I even observed it from my kids. When I'm wearing beaded dresses, the children will be struggling, they will be crying because it's itching them. So we need to also wear smooth dresses, not dresses that have beads that will be itching the child, or we wear big jewelries and the baby will be struggling. Even the bra itself, we have to wear brassiere that is easy for us. If we cannot even purchase the nursing bra, we can wear brassiere that will be easy for us to bring out the breast and breastfeed the baby. Or if you choose not to wear a dress that has button, you can wear a loose dress and you can easily pull it up and breastfeed the baby. So those are the support mothers will need to give themselves. Then a question of wearing a tight dress. I saw it. One lady, she was struggling. She said no, that she didn't plan to breastfeed the baby because she was coming to claim that she would breastfeed her at home. She just came with other things to feed the baby that is not breast milk. So we also need to help our children by dressing appropriately and also, thinking about their comfort and even our own comfort when we are breastfeeding. How to put the baby on the breast. Now, when you look at this place, you have the extended part of it, which is called the nipple, and you have the darker part surrounding it, which is called the areola. The mistake some people make is to put the nipple into the mouth of the baby, and the baby will start sucking the nipple and crack it. I even had that problem with my first baby, and that's why I like to talk to mothers about it. I had that problem and I almost stopped breastfeeding because I said to myself, I must breastfeed my child. But I breastfed for many weeks in pain. But however, I was supported and I was able to breastfeed. So, but when you fix the baby to the areola, you may say that the baby's mouth is small. Yes, but like I said, tapping is wrong, slapping is wrong, beating is wrong. But then you use your breast to brush the mouth of the baby. Use the nipple to just, nipple is soft. Just brush the mouth of the baby. The baby will know that something is there and will open the mouth. So lovingly, you put the nipple and the areola into the mouth of the baby without blocking the nose. There's something I also observed, that some mothers, they do scissor style. That scissor style does not give the baby the right flow of the breast milk. But then we cup. Are you seeing the difference? This is scissors, which so many people do. Sometimes they are struggling. Some will even put their hand here and limit the baby's access to the areola where they need to grab to get the milk. Now, if they do the cupping, they are putting their hand here where the milk sacs are, and the milk will be released into the mouth of the baby. So that positioning, that latchment is very, very important for the suckling, right suckling. And what we are talking about, supporting breastfeeding, is that the babies will grow well and meet their potential in life. So that is why it's important that every mother will need to know how to position the baby and the breast in the mouth of the baby. You don't have to block the nose with the breast, You just ensure that the baby has latched well on the breast before, and then you are supporting the baby very well, and you can lie down and breastfeed the baby. But the position many people use is sitting up. When you sit up, you can use pillow. If not the nursing pillow, let's not make it too expensive or something like that. You can use a pillow, any pillow, to raise, just to ensure that you raise the baby, not that the baby will be struggling, because if the baby is not well fitted, it will be struggling. So you raise the baby. You can even cross your leg, just to give the baby that support, so the baby, is well positioned. And then in positioning the baby, we say that the ear, the shoulder, and the buttocks should be in alignment. That's the best position. Even if the woman is lying down, ensure that the ear, the shoulder, and the buttocks are in alignment when the baby is being breastfed. And then you see the way I have put my hand is supporting the head, and this one is supporting the body, and giving that position that we need for best sucking. They should not lie the baby flat. Even if I'm lying down, I use my hand to prop the head. So that position, it doesn't go back. She just sucks and it enters the stomach.
I work for USAID funded Breakthrough Action Nigerian project, and I'm asking you to watch Health Affairs because it is an authentic platform for health information.
A healthy population, people often say, builds a prosperous nation. But many Nigerians are threatened on a daily basis and die needlessly due to diseases, poor health care, malnutrition, and lack of access to relevant health information. The sorry state of our health infrastructure is also a major challenge. On Health Affairs, Oshomo Daniels, brings these challenges to the attention of relevant authorities for a lasting solution. For sponsorship and advert placements, please call the numbers showing on your screen. Health Affair, your access to good health through relevant information.
If you are just joining us, it's Health Affair on AIT, and next on the program is our nutrition segment. That aspect of the program that focuses on eating right to stay healthy.
It's a common saying that you are what you eat. This is why we make it a point of duty to give you information about food items, fruits, and their nutritional value to help you make healthy choices on our nutrition segment every week.
Some human rights campaigners and public health advocates are calling on Nigerian government to put in place healthy food policies that will ensure that Nigerians have access to safe and quality foods. Speaking at a forum on food and health justice in Lagos, they also called for a total overhaul of the Nigerian food system through the review of the 2015 National Biosafety Act so that people can know what they consume, especially at a time when genetically modified food products now flood the food market.
Not just like we throw our society to any kinds of food, but our people should be constitutionally and through the instrumentality of regulation have access to healthy food, and that for every advocates of rights advocacy in Nigeria should plug into that mainstream campaign to ensure that the Nigerian government put in place healthy food policies, and of course the elimination of trans fat in food, that if people do not have access to healthy food, it's actually an impediment on their rights to life. Again, a wake-up call on the Nigerian government to look at some of these food policies, healthy food policies, to strengthen them, to begin the enforcement, and to always know that when you throw open our food system into multinationals, to GMOs, you are again affecting, the local communities.
Food is a human right. Access to safe, wholesome food is a human right. Everyone, no matter their status in life, no matter their position, whether they're in the prison or in their homes or communities, they have a right to safe and wholesome food that is culturally appropriate and that helps them to grow to the best that they can. Now, the food system in Nigeria is heavily challenged by the incursion of genetically engineered crops. About 20 varieties have so far been approved, and some have been released for commercial. There's been commercial release for some have been planted, and some are already on our plates. A lot of GMO products are imported into this country as finished products, as cereals, as biscuits, as items used to making ice cream, a lot of vegetable oils, and these are labeled. But Nigerians don't read the fine prints. But some that we've looked don't even have NAFDAC numbers or approval marks on them. So we do know that GMOs, for any genetically modified organism to be approved for planting or whatever in Nigeria or released into Nigeria, there must be a risk assessment. The fact that there's a risk assessment means that there's a risk. And Nigerians are not privy to the reports of these risk assessments. And when civil society groups request for copies of those risk assessment reports, they are not made available. And moreover, Nigerians don't even know that the seeds they are planting are GMOs. Some are called hybrid, like the Taylor maize that is currently in conversation across the nation, whereas it is a genetically modified Taylor maize hybrid. And so Nigerians are planting seeds of which they don't have information. They don't have information on what the seeds are. And then those of us who are consuming food, especially in the informal market sector, we are not even told what we are consuming. And this is against the law. Nobody has a right to hide the quality or content of what they're selling as food from the consumers. So we are requesting, well, not really requesting, we're demanding for a complete overhaul of the law on biosafety in Nigeria, the National Biosafety Management Act of 2015 that was modified in 2019. That law ought to either be completely abolished, abrogated, or deeply reviewed, because we don't feel there's enough protection in the law.
In our perception segment, we appreciate your contributions on how to improve the nation's critical infrastructure.
So finding and treating TB cases will remain a major cornerstone to end TB epidemic in Nigeria and contribute to achieving the national goals on the universal health coverage. In a broader context, universal health coverage cannot be achieved without the private sector. The private sector must be comprehensively engaged in the provision of TB and other care to Nigerians. Over the years, the consistent gaps in TB budget, we currently stand at 70%, has hampered wide-scale implementation of innovative, quality, and evidence-based interventions across the country, with significant number of people yet to be reached with TB diagnostic, treatment, and preventive services. The barrier created in accessing TB services must be addressed for the country to reach the end TB target by 2030. So it's expected that the private sector engagement and plan being launched today will help galvanize adequate domestic resources required to end the epidemic in the country. As you know, studies have shown that a relatively modest investment in TB can achieve significant health and economic benefit. On our side, as WHO, we are part of the TB partnership. We are part of the private health partnership. We have signed an agreement with PISHAN. We intend to re-emphasize that commitment later next week. We want to work together to support Nigeria to mature the private-public partnership. WHO has issued and revised a dozen of guidelines and documents addressing various aspects of public-private mix.
This is how we wrap it up this week. Thanks for spending your time with us. Let's do it again same time next week. Please endeavor to advertise your health product and services on the program. I remain yours truly, Oshomowa Danis.